Welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we have another what-if scenario, and we're going to go all the way back to 2009 and see what if the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't miss not only once, but twice in the NBA draft, and what if this time they took Steph Curry? So Steph went 7th overall to the Golden State Warriors in the 2009 draft. The Minnesota Timberwolves actually had the 5th and 6th overall picks, and they took 2 point guards and obviously missed out on the greatest out of them all. They went ahead and took Ricky Rubio 5th overall, who hasn't had a bad career, but it doesn't really match up anywhere close to Steph Curry's. And then they took Johnny Flynn with the 6th overall pick, who is considered just a huge draft bust. Obviously, Steph going number 7. So we're going to change some things up today. We're going to see if what if they didn't make potentially one of the biggest mistakes in the history of their franchise, and they probably had the 2nd best point guard in NBA history on their roster. Some things would definitely be different. Let's see what happens today. So I've been enjoying these what-if scenarios that we've been doing. We've done like 3 or 4 of them now at this point, and I've had a ton of fun. I hope you guys are enjoying them as well. I know you guys have a bunch of ideas. Let me know them all down below in the comments section. Of course, you guys are new around here. If not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit that sub button. Stick around. We'd love to have you here in the community. But yeah, man, this is a franchise-altering move, decision, draft pick, all of the above. Let's get into it. We are here at the start of the 2009-2010 NBA season. This is obviously Steph Curry and the rest of these guys' rookie seasons. And yeah, basically what I ended up doing was I just did a swap of Johnny Flynn for Steph Curry. So I apologize, Warriors fans. It's just a hypothetical, obviously. I could have moved Rubio, but he actually didn't play for the Timberwolves the first 2 years after he was drafted. I believe he was in another pro league, maybe somewhere over in Europe. I'm not 100% sure. But let's go over this roster. I'll also quickly show you what every other roster looks like. It's not 100% accurate. I know that for a fact. It's impossible to make one 100% accurate when I have to use shared scenarios. There's no actual roster from this point in time, so people created this. It is Al Jefferson, Kevin Love, Stephen Curry. Now, obviously, him being an 84 overall as a rookie is definitely a little bit high. I mean, obviously, we know in the long run that's not like a crazy overall to give him, but we do know it's high now. It is what it is. We had to make some sacrifice somewhere because some of these rosters were a pain in the ass. Let me tell you that, man. We have Corey Brewer, Ryan Gomes, Ramon Sessions, Ryan Hollins, Wayne Ellington, Damian Wilkins, Sasha Pavlovich, Jason Hart, Brian Cardinal, good NBA name, Nathan Jawai. I don't know much about him. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name right there, but cool. All right, obviously we have Steph Curry. Feel free to pause at any point if you want to go ahead and take a look at the rest of the league. Here's Johnny Flynn, the new point guard of the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, feel free to pause at any point in time. Obviously, this is not 100% accurate. I know that for a fact. Trust me, I spent way too much time going through all these different shared scenarios trying to find the most accurate roster possible, and this is the one that we did come up with. So if you see any glaring mistakes that I just have not seen, feel free to let me know. I haven't found one that's super major that I noticed, but I'm sure there is one, and I probably missed one. But yeah, man, this is a Timberwolves team that obviously has a nice established core at this point in time. Our big three, if you will, of Al Jefferson, Kevin Love, and Steph Curry. I think there's definitely some moves to be made. I don't mind Corey Brewer starting at the 2. I don't love having Ryan Gomes be my only small forward on the roster. So we are going to make some trades. We're not just going to run it with this team right now. Let's get into some moves. We're going to be sending Jason Hart and Damian Wilkins over to the Phoenix Suns for 24-year-old Jared Dudley. When you think of elite NBA players, Jared Dudley, first one that comes to mind. But he gives us some small forward depth that we definitely did not have. We also acquire a 2nd-round pick in this year's upcoming draft. Overall, we didn't really give up a ton of value, and I think Jared Dudley is a serviceable bench player. He's going to go ahead and be the backup here to Ryan Gomes. So we do go ahead and get a new backup small forward. Honestly, I'm thinking of kind of leaving the majority of the rest of this team just the way it is. Are we championship contenders? Probably not when you have, Kobe in the Lakers, Duncan in the Spurs, Dirk in the Mavericks. I mean, there's a lot of good teams here in the Western Conference. But honestly, I think we definitely have a really good first step, and this is a team I can kind of build upon. So I wouldn't mind seeing if, like, maybe Sasha Pavlovich can get me a draft pick. I would definitely not hate trying to get some picks, because honestly, he'll probably not crack the rotation. And that's a 1st-round pick in 2010, so that's this year's Bulls pick. I kind of, as weird as it sounds, I kind of need Brian Cardinal. We don't have a backup for Kevin Love right now, so it might be a little tricky. But this is a trade I can do with the New Orleans Hornets. It's the top 3 protected pick in 2012, so that's a few years away. Honestly, I'll probably just have Ryan Hollins, Al Jefferson. So yeah, we're good right now. Let's set this rotation. Here's how the rotation is going to look for the start of year 1 in Minnesota. There's really no surprises in terms of any of this rotation. It's going to be Steph Curry, Corey Brewer, Ryan Gomes, Kevin Love, and Al Jefferson. The bench unit's going to be Jared Dudley, Ramon Sessions, Ryan Hollins, Wayne Ellington, and Brian Cardinal. It is definitely not the worst team in the West. We're definitely not the best team in the West. I think we're somewhere in between. Obviously, this is the 2010 draft coming up. It's DeMarcus Cousins, John Wall, Gordon Hayward, Paul George. I mean, there's some good players in this draft. Maybe we can trade up and get one of these guys at some point in time. But we will see. This is definitely a pretty good team. And honestly, I do expect to be in the playoffs. So I'll see you guys at the end of year 1. I don't know if it was possible to be more wrong about a team than I was. Sometimes I say that and we were really good. This is not one of those scenarios. We were 18-64. What the fuck? I have no idea how we were that bad. I mean, I'm not going to say this is like an extremely talented team, but we have Steph Curry, albeit it is his rookie year. Kevin Love, it's only his second year, if I believe, second full year, but he was a bucket in Minnesota. And Al Jefferson, he's a very, good center. I don't want to say very good, but he was a really solid center. I don't know. Definitely some moves coming. LeBron wins MVP. Blake Griffin ends up taking home Rookie of the Year for the Clippers. Jamal Crawford, Sixth Man of the Year. LeBron also wins Defensive Player of the Year. Brooke Lopez, Most Improved. Mike Brown wins Coach of the Year. So, with 18 wins, we are clearly not in the playoffs. Really unfortunate because, wow, Kings were worse than us. But, wow, we ended up with a third worst record in the league. I thought we would be bottom of the barrel, but we were not. We were definitely not. Steph, Al Jefferson, Kevin Love. I'd like to get those points up. It was the second year. I'd like to get those points up to where they eventually ended up being, but honestly, it's definitely an improvement from the year prior, so I can take that. So, I mean, maybe we just need a 4th star on this team. I don't really know what ended up being the problem, but the talent, I feel like, is there, but also I feel like maybe it's not there. So we'll see. Let's see what ends up happening here in the playoffs. It is a Celtics and Mavericks finals, and Dirk gets the championship just a few years earlier than he ended up getting it in real life as he beats the Celtics against the KG and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Rajon Rondo Celtics in 5 games. So let's get into the offseason. Any cool retirements? Jason Kidd calls it a career at age 37. Chris Webber, Michael Finley, Kurt Thomas. Okay, so there's definitely, this is pretty cool. Big Z calls it a career. Is he? He wouldn't be 35 at this point. Maybe he would be. I don't know. I thought he was a little younger than that. Staff retirements, I don't really care about that. Hall of Fame, Jason Kidd, really no surprise. Jersey retirements, also Jason Kidd. And then time for some historic changes. So, team branding, change the logo of the Utah Jazz. I love the old Jazz, historic uniform and logos. It was so cool. That Magic logo, that's a big fat L that they're changing that. Changing the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, would they be going to the Thunder at this point? Or, because I know they were the Supersonics when KD was drafted, but maybe once upon a time. I don't know. It does not appear there's anything for us, so I'm not really necessarily too worried about it. All right, it is time for the draft lottery. We are projected to go 3rd overall. This is obviously different because there's not an even percentage for the bottom 3 teams to have the number 1 overall pick. This is how it used to be. It definitely used to be a little different than it was now. And we fall to 5, because why wouldn't we, obviously? So let's head into the draft. We do have to do staff signing. Kurt Rambis is here. Terrible ratings, terrible season. We're going to go out and get a true head coach. Mike D'Antoni's here. Ooh, Pat Riley's here. Would you want to come back to coaching? Does not appear so. I would definitely go out and try to sign D'Antoni. He's okay, he doesn't want to come here. Well, I tried. Let's just see. Is there a way to look at the head coaches? Bill Barry. This real person? I don't really know. Paul Westfall's here. That's kind of funny. Is this Byron Scott? Yes, it is. Okay, so there's some decent options here in free agency. We'll definitely be making an upgrade at the coaching spot. I don't know why I thought that was going to be Shaq for a second. That would have been funny. Jeff Van Gundy is here. Pretty cool to see some of these names that you don't really see in 2K nowadays. All right, Dwayne Casey. There's some decent coaches here. I think I saw Kevin McHale down there as well. But I don't know who Bill Barry is, but has some really good ratings. So, you know what? We'll take a flyer on him. Welcome to the team, Bill Barry. All right, so let's head up to the draft. Obviously, 5th overall pick isn't exactly ideal. We were hoping to be a little bit higher. We also have 9, 15, 16 round 2. Also, some of our players are getting a little bit butthurt at this point in time. I have team chemistry off. I don't know why it still happens, but it does. We do not have... I'm trying to do math. Who like Corey Brewer, the obvious options to upgrade in terms of positions are shooting guard and small forward. If we take a look at this draft class, obviously the top 2 here being Wall and Cousins are not either of those positions, but Hayward and Paul George definitely are. So I'm thinking we maybe get one of these guys. I'd probably prefer Paul George. So let me see if I can maybe move up to number 3. He is the 3rd overall listed prospect. So who has the 3rd overall pick, by the way? It is going to be the Pistons. Because I would not mind adding PG-13 to this team. I think in the long run, he'd be a huge upgrade. So Pistons have number 3. What are they going to want for it? Obviously, this would be a pretty good trade, in my opinion, if we were able to get this to go through. So that's number 3. I'll give you 5, and I'll give you every single second I have this year. Is that going to entice you at all? Probably not. Oh, shit. I still have trade override on from when I had to go ahead and trade Steph Curry. I'll be back. All right, attempt number 2 to get the 3rd overall pick here from the Detroit Pistons. I did not think they were going to take that. Is there any players in here I could probably... I don't want to move Corey Brewer right now. I wouldn't mind maybe moving Ryan Gomes, and I say that because we'll probably bring back Jared Dudley. And I think, obviously, in the long run, Ryan Gomes probably isn't going to be that big of a piece for us. So he actually has 2.5 stars in trade value. Will you just... Okay. I feel like they should probably take this. I mean, value-wise, it's kind of lining up, and they do agree to it. So we're going to be getting probably Paul George, unless, one of these two teams takes him. What in the hell? Did Lance Stevenson really just go for... Oh, my God. Oh, 2K, God. Seriously? All right, well, now we're left with a kind of an annoying decision because you have John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins here, who were clearly the number 1 and number 2 prospects. And I feel like, obviously, we just had our guy and Paul George taken. Why do the New York Knicks have to screw everything up? They really do, man. So, if I'm thinking positionally, I don't know how would a backcourt of John Wall and Steph Curry do. I don't know if I love it, to be honest. I really don't. I think the better route would maybe be to take Boogie and then maybe move Al Jefferson. And I don't say that lightly because Al Jefferson's a good player, but I think we can get something pretty valuable for him. So we're going to take DeMarcus Cousins. Some people might be mad I kind of went that route instead of maybe taking, John Wall obviously had an incredible career. Well, still is, I guess, technically, but you know what I mean. So Boogie's going to be a 79 for me. Team player options, Dudley is going to be coming back, qualifying. Neither of those players are going to be receiving them. We look at oh my God, what a free agency. So we don't have a ton of money right now, but I think there's a move to make that we can go out and maybe just, let's find a trade. We're going to be making this trade with the Atlanta Hawks. We're going to be sending them Ramon Sessions for a future first-round pick in Zaza Pachulia. Ramon Sessions was an interesting fit for this team. I'm not saying he's even a bad player, but at the end of the day, if I have a chance to go out and sign either LeBron James or Dwayne Wade or whoever it may be, Ramon Sessions is not going to be the piece holding me back from that. So we're going to do this, more of a salary dump than anything. There's a couple other contracts here that I do want to move. We are going to move Zaza. I did not get him to keep him. We're going to be sending him to Milwaukee. He was a Buck once upon a time, I believe. We will also be moving Ryan Hollins. There's definitely other centers out there that we can just go and sign, and this is honestly perfect. That's fine by me. So, we don't have any free agents, do we? No. Is there a chance I can try to sign LeBron James? I'm going to offer him a contract. Will he take it? Probably not. We won 18 games last year. I'm going to do the same thing with Dwayne Wade. That is a max contract because I would be stupid not to. And honestly, if it comes down to it, I'll probably offer the same. Well, would I maybe refer Brandon Roy? Brandon Roy is restricted, though. Rudy Gay's here. Rudy Gay was really good once upon a time. What is Rudy Gay doing last year? Not bad. Chris Bosh is incredible, though. Can I find a way to fit him with Kevin Love on this team? That's tricky, though, because I don't know if I can. Because, honestly, we just drafted Boogie. We'll see, though. I'm going to offer him the contract. And we get none of the above. Awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, so we miss out on all those free agents, which kind of sucks. D-Wade goes to Cleveland. Bosh goes to Houston. And LeBron goes to Miami. Wow. All right, well, we'll try to take a flyer here on Brandon Roy. I think he'd be a pretty good addition to this team. I don't know how Rondo... Rondo's just such a pure point guard. But if I'm going to sign Rondo, I probably could have made it work with John Wall, but I don't know. I'm kind of kicking myself right now. I'll make an offer here at Rudy Gay, see if he wants to come and join us here in Minnesota. And then, honestly, worst comes to worst. Not worst comes to worst. But I hope I get one of these guys at least. And I do end up getting Rudy Gay. He's the only one, but it definitely could have been worse. There are worse. Oh, that was for Brandon Roy. Okay. Son of a bitch. We are just the world's biggest fucking losers right now. We really are. I mean, good God, we have missed out on literally everybody. So maybe we try to save our money for free agency next year. I mean, what are the contracts in this team looking like? These guys are all on multi-year deals. So yeah, man, at this point, I still think moving Al Jefferson's the move. I have no idea what it's going to be for, but God, that hurts. We're going to try to add Monte Ellis to this team. We're hitting up Golden State, and we are going to try to make the trade. Isn't this funny? Come full circle that Steph and Monte Ellis would be playing together, albeit this time it would be in Minnesota. I do think our pick next year is not actually going to be 2.5 stars in trade value, so I wouldn't mind including it in a deal. Hopefully that doesn't come back and bite me in the ass. I think we can probably get this trade to go through without having to give up too much more. Ah, man. Because Monte Ellis would be a really big addition to the starting five. I genuinely believe that he would be. He's coming off an incredible season. I mean, I'll show you his numbers right here. 26 points a game. I mean, yeah, he'd be a huge upgrade. They agreed it. All right, welcome to the team, Monte Ellis, which means Corey Brewer, who is 6'9", just going to be my new starting small forward. So at this point in time, I need a backup point guard. I need to find myself a backup power forward and a backup center. I'm still mad at myself because obviously we ended up missing out on literally every single free agent imaginable. And yeah, it's a pretty big kick in the balls. That's exactly what it is. So we need to find ourselves some backup forwards. I don't really want to sign Luis Scola. Udonis Haslam's here. Carl Landry's only 26 years old. Doesn't really fit the system according to 2K. But honestly, why the hell not? We'll give Carl Landry a multi-year deal, hopefully. I don't know. Is he going to want to sign with us? Who the hell knows at this point? Doesn't look like anybody wants to sign with us. And then in terms of backup centers, we have money for Jermaine O'Neal. We really wanted to. But, let's go in with Nikola Pekovic. That's a name I haven't heard in a minute. Really kind of bolstering this bench with some good signings. Welcome to the team. Then in terms of Steph Curry's back, Chris Duhon. Awesome. All right, cool. So we've made the bench a little bit better. We've obviously made some changes in the starting five. DeMarcus Cousins is going to be going into his rookie year. Hopefully he can be very, very good for us because we did trade Al Jefferson, who technically, according to 2K, was the best player on this team. But yeah, man, I'm feeling good right now. I'll see you guys at the start of year number 2. We had an okay offseason. I'm not super happy with our offseason because obviously if we could have added LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Rondo, Brandon Roy, literally anybody, it would have been a huge success. We went ahead and we ended up making a trade, making an upgrade with Monte Ellis here. And honestly, I think this team's definitely starting to look better. We have some progression going well, some new additions. Hopefully things click and we don't win 18 fucking games again. But it's Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, Corey Brewer, Kevin Love, and DeMarcus Cousins. Bench unit's going to be Jared Dudley, Nikola Pekovic, Carl Landry, Chris Duhon, and Wayne Ellington. So I think obviously besides the starting five getting better and having some progression, really upgrading the bench should hopefully help us. We now have 380 plus overalls coming off the bench. So feeling pretty good. Hopefully 2K agrees. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. It was a much better second season for us here in Minnesota. We went 59-23, and obviously we're hoping to have a long playoff run. Timmy Duncan winning MVP, just an incredible player. John Wall wins Rookie of the Year. Obviously, we decided not to take him with our 3rd overall pick. He went 4th to the... Would they be New Jersey Nets at this? Yeah, they would be the New Jersey Nets at this point in time. Good rookie season. Maybe missed out on him, but I am happy with DeMarcus Cousins. Lamar Odom, 6th Man of the Year. Love to see it. LeBron James, Defensive Player of the Year. Dude, he's just in Miami just like a few... Would this be a few years earlier? Because the first season was the 2009-2010. That was 2010-2011. So technically, wouldn't this actually be accurate? Right? Unless my math's off by a year, I don't think that's actually crazy. But also, Dwayne Wade went to the Cavs, so I don't know. J.J. Hickson, most improved. That's a name I haven't heard in a minute. Rick Carlisle, Coach of the Year. Where's our love? We won 59 games. Come on, what's going on there? But 59-23 obviously is just a great record. And also, what? Is it because something with the divisions? I have no idea. There's, what does it say? Clint's division. So maybe it is by division. I honestly don't know why a 53-win team's ahead of a 57, but that's literally, that it's by division is the only thing I can think of. Monte Ellis, Steph Curry, Kevin Love, DeMarcus Cousins, Corey Brewer, Dudley, Landry, Pekovic, Duhon, Ellington. Rebounds was Kevin Love, and assists was Steph Curry. So we have the New Orleans Hornets here in round 1. Chris Paul, Raja Bell, Peja Stojakovic, David West, and Emeka Okafor. Okay, this is a really good team, especially for a first-round matchup. They definitely... Okay, come on. Don't do this to me. Do not... Oh, my fucking God. Dude, I don't know. I don't even know. Why do I even try anymore at this point? I don't even know. Kobe and the Lakers getting it done. He averages 29 points, 8.5 rebounds. Oh, my fucking God. That is some insane talent. Okay, so, you know what? Honestly, I thought we were a lot closer than I guess we actually ended up being. It's just Damn shame to see. Hall of Fame inductees Grant Hill, Steve Nash, neither of which are surprises. Jersey retirements, Nash and Hill. Historic changes, they're going to change the branding, logo, uniforms, and floor of the New York Knicks and change the logo of the Wizards. Cool enough. Okay, so draft lottery time. I saw a couple Timberwolves logos. I'm not sure if there's any protections on either of those. There's not. We have 12, 14, and 15. All right, so we're going to go ahead and probably attempt to make some sort of trade. I'm cool with Bill Berry. I mean, obviously it sucks. You know, you have the most wins in the NBA, and then you don't actually win a round in the playoffs. So that's a little tricky, but he has good ratings. We're going to keep him. This is the 2011 draft class. It's Kawhi. I mean, there's just an incredible amount of talent in this draft class alone. That being said, I don't really know anybody we drafted here would be a significant help, especially in a first season. But I will try to move up because obviously I don't need all of these picks. So we have 12, 14, 15, then we have a couple seconds. So I'll start at like, I don't know, who is like a decently high pick? Like number 6 or something? 5? Is that a first round pick? No, it's a second round pick. Number 5. You want to do this? Okay, cool. We have the 5th overall pick. I have no idea who's going to be sitting here on the board for me at number 5. It went Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker. So, like, Valanciunas here. Jimmy Butler is here. Honestly, I do need a backup shooting guard. Why the hell not? He's going to be a lower overall where he's not going to help us a ton in year 1, but he'll still be a good bench piece. He's 77 overall. Welcome to Minnesota a little bit earlier this time, Jimmy Butler. Okay, cool. No team player options. We look at qualifying offers. Corey Brewer, Jared Dudley. I'll qualify both those guys. I think they're definitely important pieces. Kevin Durant's restricted. It's not even worth it for me to try to go out and offer him a contract. 1, he has 14 offers. 2, they're just going to match it in Oklahoma City. So, hypothetically, if I wanted to clear up money and go out and get a Carmelo Anthony, I probably could because he has 0 offers at this point in time, which is just insane, by the way. I mean, what were his numbers last year? Absolutely insane that this man would have 0 offers, but it would definitely involve us trading a lot of pieces, and I just don't know because Corey Brewer would have to be renounced, obviously. I think if I want to do this, I have to basically trade everybody I signed for the bench last year for like Landry, Pekovic, Chris Duhon. Like all these guys probably have to go. I'll start out with Pekovic. I'm not saying he's not important to this team, but if I have the opportunity to sign Carmelo Anthony, who at this point in time was a walking bucket, it would be idiotic not to do that. So we're going to try to do this. We'll do this with Detroit. Send them Nikola Pekovic. How much money do I have right now? Oh, shit. I still don't have money. I don't know why it says I have $9 million when I really don't. Whatever. I literally think I have to trade everybody on the bench if I want a shot at Carmelo Anthony. But honestly, I kind of do. I really do think it would be important. So, you know what, Birdie? Screw it. We're going to go out and get Melo. We have not been a successful team so far, and honestly, I want to be. I really do want to get this team a championship. So we're going to go out and we're going to make whatever has to happen. So we're going to do this trade here with the Celtics, and then we also are going to trade Chris Duhon. Again, I know it's not necessarily the smartest thing in the world, just completely emptying the bench, because a good bench is definitely important. But you know what? I don't think it's going to be that hard to really go out and win a championship if we got this team exactly the way that I hopefully it will end up looking like. So, first round pick from Chicago. Thank you very much. Do we have Carmelo Anthony money at this point in time? Where's all my money? I clear as day have $21 million. Do I just have to renounce people? I don't even know. This game makes no fucking sense to me sometimes. I'm assuming it's because I probably have to renounce both of these guys. Okay, I have 11.75. If I renounce, I should have $25 million. Why would I not? Like, what? This game's so fucking broken, dude. That makes no sense. I would have the fucking money. I don't know why I don't. I'm not my day today, man. Not my day today. All right, we'll bring Dumb and Dumber here back, and just annoying. I should have that money. I absolutely should. Gotta love 2K. All right. Fuck it. We're going to run it back with the funky bunch here. This, Jesus Christ, just frustrating, man. It really is. I think I'll probably just move Jared Dudley to the backup 4 and just play Jimmy at the backup 3. Whatever. Dudley, power forward, fine. And then we are also going to move Butler backup 4. Excuse me, backup 3. Fine. Jesus Christ. I mean, this is a good team. It's just, I'm just getting frustrated by the game, man. I am. All these guys just suck ass. Let me sign Kirk Heinrich and then trade Kirk. Like, you can clearly see that I have money. It's just not letting me sign players for whatever reason. I don't know why. Unless I'm missing something obvious, but I don't think I am. So, Baron Davis, sure, welcome to the team. And then I need some sort of center. So, who's another high overall I can sign? Let me sign Mike Dunleavy. then I'll trade Mike Dunleavy. I mean, it's just frustrating. Let's look at backup centers that are making no more than like $3 million. So obviously that's not going to be a huge list, but it's kind of what we have to work with at this point in time. Roy Hibbert is 25. If I can get this to go through, I'll do it. So you want Mike Dunleavy. We have a ton of draft picks here. Ah, man, this game frustrates me sometimes. It really does. All right, there you go to it. Welcome to the team, Roy Hibbert. I mean, there's an argument for maybe start Roy Hibbert over DeMarcus Cousins, but I'm not going to do it. Any other upgrades I'd want to make? I mean, maybe could look for one for Corey Brewer. Unless, was it maybe because I didn't get through the qualifying period? I don't even know. But no, it doesn't make any sense because I have in the past been able to sign players after announcing somebody. I don't know. Unless I'm just missing something obvious, which I don't think I am, but you never know. Let's just see who here could we hypothetically sign that maybe could be a little bit better. Like, would I rather have DeMar DeRozan? James Harden's here. I don't think it's going to be possible to trade for James Harden. I mean, I could give it a try. I mean, playing James Harden at the 3 is probably not ideal. Corey Brewer. I'm not giving that guy no trade clause. I'm not giving Corey Brewer no trade clause. I know I signed him to his qualifying. I didn't even mean to. I'm not giving him a no trade clause, and I can't edit his contract. Oh, my God. We just made a trade for DeMar DeRozan. I took off Corey Brewer's no trade clause. I'm not even getting into it right now. If you're going to get pissed about that, my apologies, but I can't with this game today. I really can't. I did not mean to qualify him and Jared Dudley. The game ended up doing it. I wanted Carmelo Anthony, and I had 20+ million in cap space, but I guess I didn't according to 2K. So, DeMar DeRozan, welcome to the team. I'm going to play him at the 3, and it is going to work out beautifully. This team's winning a championship. I'm confident in that. I wanted Melo. I wanted LeBron. I wanted D-Wade. I wanted a bunch of guys. All tremendous, tremendous players. We end up with DeMar DeRozan. It's not the end of the world. Let's set the rotation. Here's how it's going to look for the final season in Minnesota. It's going to be Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Love, and DeMarcus Cousins. Bench unit, Roy Hibbert, Jared Dudley, Baron Davis, Jimmy Butler, and Wayne Ellington. We had a very frustrating offseason. I'm not going to lie to you guys, but that doesn't change the fact that there is an incredible amount of talent right here. And this team is definitely good enough to win it all. So we will find out. I'll see you guys at the end of year 3. 70-12 in our final season here in Minnesota. As Blake Griffin is your MVP. We're feeling good right now. Kyrie Irving ends up in Golden State, winning Rookie of the Year. Devin Harris, 6th Man of the Year. Tim Duncan, Defensive Player of the Year. Goran Dragic, Most Improved. And Bill Barry does win Coach of the Year. Good to see Bill getting his Coach of the Year. We had the most wins last year. He didn't get it. Good to see it happen this year. Awesome. Okay, so we're hoping to make a decent playoff run. This has not been my video so far. We've had some struggles, and my apologies. I've been a little frustrated. But honestly, I think we can get this to go. I think we clearly have enough talent, and I think this is the time that it's going to happen. Kevin Love, 13 boards a game. Beautiful. Steph Curry, 9 assists a game. Beautiful. All right, 8-seeded Utah Jazz. Darren Williams. All right, Derek Williams, Carlos Boozer, AK-47. It's a good team. I think we're better. I do think we can sweep this team. We do. Dirk in the Dallas Mavericks here in round 2, who have Kyle Lowry. Wow, he ended up there. Jason Terry got the Jet. Sean Marion. Hassan Whiteside is here. Hassan Whiteside was from the 2010 draft. Holy shit. Damn, I did not know that. Okay, we're up 2-0 right now. We're up 2-1. Wait, was Hassan Whiteside undrafted? I don't know. I'm just thinking of random shit right now. We end up winning in 6. We have the Los Angeles Clippers here in the Western Conference Finals. Sebastian Telfair, Eric Gordon, Darrell Wright, Blake Griffin obviously just won an MVP. You got Chris Kaman here. Again, I think we're clearly the better team. I really do. I'm going to stand by that statement. We're up 3-1. We end up winning in 5. We're taking on the Cavs, who don't have LeBron, but they have Dwayne Wade. Mo Williams here, Josh Childress, Zach Randolph, Joe Ryder, J.J. Hickson off the bench. All right, cool. I mean, this is a good team. I just don't think they have enough, and honestly, fucking beautiful. Thank you. Dude, if we didn't win one today, I was going to be even more frustrated than I already was, and good God. This has been a frustrating one so far. My apologies, but it's been a tough one. We're going to sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers, win a championship. We'll see you guys in there. All right, we are on the verge of winning our first championship of this video. It's going to be the only one, but honestly, that's fine. Oh, wait, we're not in the last 2 minutes. We're good. I think we're in a really good spot right now, and honestly, come away with only 1 today. Maybe slightly disappointing, because we definitely did have a really talented roster to start this video, but we still got one, and I'm still happy with it, and it's a pretty crazy what-if. I mean, just thinking about it, the endless possibilities for the Minnesota Timberwolves if they had not ended up missing on Steph. I think if I read some of the articles correctly, because I always like to do some research before the videos, see if I can add any little tidbits, any little facts to the conversations. I believe it said that the Wolves didn't believe Steph Curry had the NBA type of figure. Like, he was too small, whatever the injury problem, whatever it was. There was something going on that they just didn't think he had like the right body to be in the league, which obviously looking back on it is absolutely insane. I mean, you have the greatest shooter in NBA history, all-time leader in three-point man. I mean, it's ridiculous to say now in hindsight, but it's just crazy to see, man. It really is. But in terms of other things, I've been enjoying these what-if scenarios. And I know you guys like them. Wow, Jesus Christ, Dwayne Wade. I know you guys have been enjoying them as well, and I'll continue to do them. The problem is it just takes so long to find like a shared file that actually works. And that's obviously annoying because if they had like a roster for every year that was 100% accurate, that would be great. That would be like the ideal scenario that would be unbeatable. It'd probably be like the best thing they've made about 2K in a while. But obviously with shared scenarios, we kind of have to rely on other people. And don't get me wrong, when somebody makes like a 90% accurate roster, like this one appeared to be anyways, I know there's a couple problems. I mean, we never actually got Ricky Rubio, which kind of sucked, but I do credit people when they do that, and I obviously appreciate it, but it's just tough because I'll spend like hours looking for an accurate roster because it'll be titled one thing. Like it'll be titled like 2009, 2010 season. Oh my God, Dwayne Wade. 2009, 2010 season accurate, and then we're in the year 2023, and like you have current roster. It's just annoying. It just takes forever. You can't preview anything, and then you have to exit, and it just takes way too long. But that's just my thought process. I'm happy to continue doing these what-if scenarios. It definitely just takes a little bit longer, so we don't do one every day. That is the reason. But yeah, man, I do enjoy these, though. It's cool to see what if, you know, all these different things happen. NBA history completely changes, but we're getting the Timberwolves a championship. I'm sure Timberwolves fans would be happy if this ended up being the scenario. If you didn't end up with, oh my God, Steph Curry just got embarrassed by Mo Williams. If they ended up with Steph instead of, you know, Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn, it's just, God, so crazy, man. I feel bad. I really do. All right, final possession here. We're just going to, you know, why the hell not? I don't really care. Boogie, you want to grab a rebound? No. All right, I'll see you guys at the finals MVP. We end up sweeping the Cleveland Cavaliers out of their own building, and Steph Curry, at age 24, is out here winning finals MVP. Got his first finals MVP in this hypothetical a little bit earlier, and he got his first in real life. Okay, so we wrap it up with a really incredible team. We also can't forget that Jimmy Butler's at the bottom of this roster. He's just in his rookie year right now, so obviously not as high of an overall, but still, awesome team. I kind of enjoy doing this. I mean, there's parts of this I didn't enjoy doing, like when I didn't have money for no goddamn reason, but still, it was fun. Let me know all your crazy what-if scenarios down below in the comment section. I'm sure you guys have tons. I mean, there really are endless possibilities with things like this. I actually tried before this one, like today's video was going to be a what-if the Suns took Luka instead of Aiden over in 2018, and like literally for a time that wasn't very long ago, like we go back to that season, what, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is years ago, there is not a single accurate roster on the shared file scenario in 2K23 on the PS5. I mean, if anybody has one, let me know. But I could not find one. But it is what it is, man. We'll get to it eventually. We will find one. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like down below. That'd obviously be awesome. And yeah, man, as always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. Catch you guys all in the next one.